Welcome to Channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn a little bell on the side, so once we have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one of getting insight. Now in this video, there's not much of updates currently for the Australians visa, apart from the government of Australia is about to open its border for all the incoming passengers, which is a good news. Now in this video, I would like to give a little bit of updates on news coming from the other side of the world, which is from the United States of America. So let's see what's happening over there and how this will impact the world of immigration. Perhaps that may impact you or your friend, and maybe a positive impact for Australia. So let's see what's happening over there. So in New South, in the news from Forbes, which you can see as the title read, which is pretty recent. It's on the September 30th. Okay, the foreign investor immigrants ponder next move regarding EB5 Regional Center program. So what is that? It has a big temporary close logo here. Obviously, I think that will says it all. Now, what's happening there? So EB5 is traditionally the investment or investor visa for people who want to throw in the money and perhaps get a green card, which is literally, I think the criteria in a sense is much easier compared to the Australians 1AA visa, which has more criteria and more detail required. EB5 basically all you need is a test of your fund, whether or not you have the fund, and obviously you need to be clear for the source of fund, and you can do it. Anyone can do it. And traditionally USA holds the most numbers, a quarter of placements for these investor visas, but now since the Trump era, now we're moving into Biden's era. There has been rumors that in December they will open, but who knows, because in the Trump era they raised the fund requirement from $500,000 to $900,000 US, but it's in a limbo. It's all in the court. Don't know what's happening. And there's another news came out recently, around the same time as well. It's about, if you can read here, 20,000 US visa lottery winners. What's visa lottery? If you're not familiar with US visa, they have a lottery system where it's like lotto. You pull out and you throw in your application. You may have luck, but it's only available for certain country. There are countries they are not available to do this. But what's happening here? It says the lottery winners suing the government. Now what's happening? Suing the government after the application not processed. So obviously I'm not going to go through detail here, as I'm not an expert on the US visa system. But what is happening here, perhaps what I can see here from numerous sources, that United States of America is slowly closing their doors. Perhaps it's going to be more like Japan, because the population is already there. It's no longer a land require massive immigrants anymore. They got enough population there. So from what we can see, the trend which from the Trump administration has been showing that the migrants, if you are seeking to migrate to USA, it's no longer a preferred destination anymore, because as a nation for the United States of America, they are changing their course in towards having more and more skilled migrants to go to USA. So, and what would this do an effect to Australia? I believe will be good news. It is good for Australia. Australia still considered to be a very large parcel of land. It's the sixth largest continent in the world, and obviously the largest in the southern hemisphere. Oh, I think Brazil is very close, but Brazil is very populated too. Now Australia is a advanced, developed nation, English speaking, and it only has 25 million. It still have massive room for migrants, and as you can see, it needs more skilled migrants. And look, I think whether or not Australia is a lucky country, I think in a sense, in comparing to this era and the period of pandemic, I believe Australia is a very, very lucky country. First of all, it has been in 27 consecutive years of positive growth. And during the pandemic, although they had closed their border, but the economy is not really affected that much, which bears in the foundations for its catapulting growth in the future. And during the pandemic, what happened? Canada closed their investment visa program. Now US is in a mess. We closed their EB-5 program, and also it has a lot of issue by a lot of people got actually qualified, but their application has been thrown in the bin. Now they are in the process of suing the US government through court system. Whether or not that's going to be a winning or not, but it's already showing that the North America is not as preferred. I'm saying in the way of how government views immigrants is not a very preferred prioritized area anymore. I think Canada still needs more people, but doubt about, because the potential business in the growth area of Canada, due to its altitude and very high and the climates, it's also not an issue there. Anyhow, all this will actually add up to a positive result and good news for Australia. And what is your thought? Do you agree with me or do you not? Why don't you comment right down below, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.